Hey guys, Sylvan Cherubsprout here, and today we're going to be looking at my Sylvan deck profile, what I plan to run at YCS Chicago, which is later this month. Um, at least for now, this is probably what I'll play. The key difference here between the builds that I'm playing now and the builds I'll be playing there is the inclusion of Sylvan Cherubsprout, otherwise known as Sprouticle. Cherubsprout is really cool, and we're actually going to be able to get it early. This is a Primal Origins card, but it's also going to be in the Legacy of the Valiant Deluxe Edition, so we'll be able to get this as a promo. I believe it's a super rare when that set comes out, so I'll definitely try to be picking up two, so that'll be pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, let's dive right into the deck. I'm playing 3 Sylvan Hermitry because I think this is really important. I don't think I can run less than 3. This card, first turn going into this and being able to set up the Peacekeeper play is really, really, really strong. It's an amazing combo whenever you can get it off. So Hermitry does a good job of getting you the cards back that you need for the excavation, where you discard to stack a card with Mount Sylvania. You then not only get that Sylvan effect, but you also get the additional draw, which can draw you into your traps, it can draw you into your fertilizers. It's just really nice to have. And additionally, of course, being that it's a level 8, it does make the rank 8s a lot easier, and the rank 8s really are what makes this deck so good. So 3 of these guys, because they've got a pretty solid excavation effect as well, but it does suck to draw into them. Next up we have Sylvan Garda Oak. So Garda Oak is interesting. There are a lot of builds running around right now. If you've seen Amanda LaPalme, Dragon Duelist Girl, her build that she put on Core TCG, she doesn't run Hermitry and she runs 3 Garda Oak. Garda Oak's really good because it's got that 3 of excavation that it can do once per turn. It's a little bit weaker, and unfortunately a lot of things do get over it. A lot of very basic Xyz monsters get over it. But it's got a pretty solid excavation effect. It does let you kind of recycle your graveyard, and it's a lot more reliable of a card. You're much more likely to hit a Sylvan effect, and generally speaking, when you do, you're going to get a lot of extra use out of this guy. But I only play the one. The reason is I like to go into it if I just need something first turn, like I open Lone Fire and nothing else that's useful for me. I can just make that excavate 3. Hope to try to get into a Peacekeeper. If I don't, whatever. It's kind of like a Monarch almost, but I would not try to rely on it. I would rather be summoning the Hermitry. This does make rank 6s, which is nice with Copy Plant, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Being able to access M7 and Strike Bouncer is always nice. Right now I'm testing Flower Knight. It hasn't been performing that well, but I've been testing it because I haven't been playing it. I generally run a low monster count, about 20 monsters. Most people are running upwards of 25. So I run far fewer monsters than most people do, and the reason is I don't like playing the deck as if it's like Lightstorm, where I'm trying to mill a bunch of cards and get their effects. I really want to be precise about which cards I'm excavating. Flower Knight does that, but it's a really tough card to play. It's a lot like Martial Leaf in that it doesn't really work with the other cards that I have in the deck, which is Super Solar Nutrient. And at 1800, it's not that great. It only excavates the 1 on the summon. So, yeah, this is a really tough card to run and to justify running. No Blade Fender because I really don't like that card. And then 2 of the Martial Leafs, I think 2 is the right number for now, because again, it's not a nutrient target. And then 2 Lone Fire, obviously. 1 Dandelion is okay. Sometimes I really like this, sometimes I really hate it. Depends on how I'm feeling at the time. But usually it's pretty good with Sacred Mountain. When Primal Origins comes out, this will probably leave. But with all the level 1 tuners I'm running, the tokens are really good. Plus the tokens are nutrient targets. 3 Coma Shrooms, a nutrient target, pops back row, it's got 2000 defense, excavates 5. Definitely worth running at 5. Or at 3. At 5, yeah, I'll run 5 Coma Shrooms. When I originally looked at this card, I thought it excavated 5 when you normal summoned it, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to run 5, but that is not the case. If it was, it would be amazing. And then 1 Spore as well. I'm running Spore because I'm running Cherubsprout. I haven't totally been feeling this card all the time. It's kind of It's kind of meh, but it's a nutrient target, along with all the rest of the monsters. I'll just go ahead and say that they're all nutrient targets. Everything past the coma shroom, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are targets for nutrient. And then we've got the Peacekeeper, which gets that back, the Lone Fire, which gets back the Cherubsprout for some excavation, that gets back the Spore for some synchro summoning, gets back the Dandelion to get tokens, gets back the Copy Plant to do Xyz plays. Yeah, it's a really good card. I'm sitting it at 2 now, but I might put it back up to 3. Maybe take out one of these Flower Knights and put it back at 3. And then the 2 Cherubsprout. So when this guy's excavated, you can special summon one level 1 plant type monster from the deck. So that's either your Spore, your Peacekeeper, or your Copy Plant. And then when he himself is special summoned, you can excavate the top 2. So his excavation effect, you're probably not going to get it off too many games. It's not really that worthwhile anyways. But getting the level 1s is really, really nice, especially getting the Copy Plants from the deck. So it kind of takes some of the pressure off of Peas. You don't have to excavate Peas, and almost acts like an additional copy of Peas, because you can get a level 1 target, and then you can nutrient it into a Lone Fire. So you can go into Garda Oak first turn. Like if you Lone Fire into this guy, and then you if you have like nutrient in hand, or yeah, basically if you Lone Fire into him and you have nutrient in hand, if you excavate the Peas, you get your Lone Fire back. If you excavate the Cherubsprout, you're going to get your Lone Fire back because you've got the nutrient. So more ways to get into that, the turn 2 play. Or the turn 1 play where you're going to sit on an Xyz monster. Alternatively, you can simply grab the Copy Plant and then make a rank 6 right there, or you could go into a Hermitry if you wanted. Although I don't know why you would want to do that necessarily. But yeah, and then 2 Copy Plants, because these guys make the rank 8 and rank 6 plays really easily, and they're also Cherub targets. 1 for 1, testing this, not sure about it, works well with Dandelion, doesn't work well with anything else. 2 Reasoning is interesting. I tend to special summon Coma Shrooms, which doesn't do a whole lot for me, but I guess it's, it gets you nutrient targets, it gets you stuff for the field spell. And the nutrients that I talked about, they get Lone Fire. They get your Copy Plant in a pinch. Sometimes you do need to get a Flower Knight, for instance. If this guy was a 5, it would be pretty interesting because you can get him with it. If you tributed the Coma Shroom. And then 3 Fertilizers, which I think is a staple. 3 Mountain, which again I think is a staple. And then I'm running some discard traps that kind of move around a lot. The things that stay tend to be the 2 Call the Haunted and the Warning. Right now I'm playing 2 Raigeki Brick and 2 Divine Wrath, but these change quite a bit. So yeah, for the extra deck, some rank 8s, some rank 6s, a bunch of synchros. There are 14 cards in this, so I'll have to add something. But yeah, we'll get into a duel here and just look at some hands. Okay, so once again, we'll go up against the Constellar AI that I've created, at least the deck that I've created. I didn't make the AI itself. And we're starting first. Okay, so we open up with a field spell, a bunch of plants, and a way to access Lone Fire. This means we can do our good shenanigans. So first thing we'll want to do is normal summon the Coma Shroom, activate the Nutrient, and this lets me grab the Lone Fire Blossom from the deck. There's a bunch of different things you can summon with the Nutrient play. Generally speaking, you want to get to Lone Fire as early as possible, get that into the graveyard, and go ahead and grab the Hermitry. So now, with the field spell, we can stack any Sylvan monster on top of the deck, as long as we send a plant from the side of the field, or the hand, to the graveyard. So I'm going to go ahead and activate that effect, send the other Hermitry to stack the top of the deck with Peacekeeper. Do I want to get Peacekeeper? Yes, I do, because I want to get that other thing out of the deck. And then we're going to use the Hermitry's effect. So he's going to excavate the Peas. I'm going to get to draw a card, and we drew into the Fertilizer. Perfect. Get the Lone Fire back. Tribute the Lone Fire and get, at this point, yeah, we want to get the tree. And then use his effect. Got nothing. No luck. And go ahead and Xyz for Felgrand. Felgrand is extremely strong in this deck. So we'll let him just Typhoon that. I don't really care. I guess I kind of care. I'm going to miss out my end phase excavation that you have with the field spell. He's going to go ahead and summon some stuff, do some searching, and then probably set a bunch. Okay, set nothing. Must have an all-monster hand. So with this out, basically I can negate monster effects and make them unaffected by other card effects, so I'm kind of protected. It's sort of like having a Stardust Dragon just kind of sitting there. I'm just going to use Fertilizer to get back my Beat Sticks, so I'll just get back Hermitry. I use its effect, try to get a draw. No, got nothing. But it doesn't matter, just attack anyways. And deal some damage and turn. So he's really got to make a comeback next turn, but I have the Felgrand, and he's going to Duality, which is probably not what he really wants to do here. But at this point, if they do make a play, you can generally negate it with the Felgrand, and this guy is really not putting up much of a fight, unfortunately. Summon the Lone Fire, probably. Defense. I kind of didn't want to do that. I forgot I had the material attached there. Whatever. Once again, miss on the Hermitry. But that's fine. Basically, we just attack through his monster now. And that would be game. But yeah, you can see just very clearly, once you've got your plants in the graveyard, that Miracle Fertilizer becomes a huge threat. This hand's pretty bad, especially the Ryo is kind of a pain. I don't have any cards that search the deck, but I do have cards that special summon. I have a rather large, I have 14 cards still. I have a rather large extra deck, and I don't want to be running into things. Okay, so probably want to. He's probably gonna just Typhoon this anyways. Okay, nope, I guess not. Probably want to set up with the Marshall Leaf, because if I summon anything, it's probably, as long as he doesn't warning. Yep, there it is. So I'll just go ahead and pass. I have the and then I'm gonna draw into the Marshall Leaf next turn. Whoa, how cool is that? So he's gonna dish out some life points to me. So this is another one of those hands where it's like, I can't really do a whole lot because I've drawn into the cards that I don't want to draw into. So here it's really important that I get some sort of effect off of the Marshall Leaf here, but he's gonna negate it right away. I don't even know if I have any good targets for this. I don't think I have any 4s in my extra deck, which I probably should have an Armory Iron there, but I do have the copy. Well, let's get Cherubsprout. We'll use its effect. Excavate 2. They're both nutrients. They're both cards I need right now, but unfortunately did not draw into. So pretty much this is going to be his game. I don't have anything, and he's going to make Pleiades and go ahead and just walk all over my field because I don't have anything. He's going to make an Exiton Knight as well. Yeah, and you can see that this is very clearly his game. So this is, a big issue with drawing into a bunch of stuff that you can't use, especially with the copy plants. I see a lot of people doubling up on copy plant, and in my testing, it tends to not work out very well. Okay, so this hand, once again, not too exciting. If I activate this now, it's going to get Typhoon, so I'm just going to set the Coma Shroom and hope that I get some good excavations on it. Unfortunately, I've opened up with, once again, the Flower Knight that I don't really like. I definitely want to drop this down to 1. 2 cards that I want in the deck and not really in the hand. Guardog, Peacekeeper, Hermitry, send a Lone Fire, please. Nope. Okay. Hermitry's effect, and we want to use Steelette, and we want to use Peacekeeper, and we want to use Guardog. So cool. So Coma Shroom's going to destroy the Tenki. The Coma Shroom's going to summon, or excuse me, the Peacekeeper. Probably want to summon this guy, and then the Guardog's going to let me put something on top of the deck. I really don't want to, actually. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't. But, oh, good. Okay, so Hermitry is going to let me stack the top 3 cards of the deck, so I'm going to determine that I want you and then you, and then you. So he's going to set 2. I'm going to draw into my, ignore the breakthrough, draw into the nutrient, which is going to be pretty handy because this is going to let me get my Lone Fire from the deck. And activate effect, get rid of you, and we'll grab the Guard Oak, which will probably get bottomless. Okay, it didn't. Cool. Activate the field spell, use the field spell's effect to put probably the Coma Shroom on top. And then activate effect, excavate the Coma Shroom. Yes, we want to use Coma Shroom, destroys other back row. So I've cleared away his cards now, and since I haven't normal summoned this turn, I can go ahead and grab... Speaking of normal summoning, did I not special summon? Oh, I didn't because I put the Coma Shroom on top of the deck. Okay, that's what was going on. I was trying to figure out what happened there. And then we'll just use him. Oh, get another draw. Cool. Drew into a card that I don't really want. But hey, whatever. At this point, I would really appreciate a trap, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I'll take what I can get. And then I have the Felgrand now at this point. So he's got 4 cards. He's going to try to break through it, which will negate my effects. So I would rather be negated and be unaffected. So I'm just going to negate itself. And then at the end phase, I get to activate the 1 card. And it's a card that I can use. So I'll use his effect and grab, let's see, probably the Copy Plant. This will let me make another rank 8. Cool. All right, activate effect. Let's get the Hermitry back from the graveyard. So reoccurring advantage with this, and then activate the effect here. We'll discard the Marshall Leaf to put. How many? What's he have on his? Yeah, we'll just put the other Marshall Leaf on top, and then activate effect. Activate the Marshall Leaf, draw another card. Use Marshall Leaf's effect, destroy his monster, and I drew into another fertilizer, so I can use the fertilizer again if I want to. Probably just going to make the second Felgrand, and then if I wanted to, again, I could just use this, grab, the last Hermitry here. Boop. Activate his effect. Get another draw, and then just attack for game. So pretty straightforward. But unfortunately, this deck does have a lot of consistency issues, which is definitely a big deal. So I don't know how I'm going to fix that entirely. Not quite yet, but hopefully I'll figure something out. I think Cherubsprout's going to be pretty important, but I'm going to still have to tweak the ratios, and that's really what's important right now is tweaking the ratios. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, and until next time then.